It is amazing to me. And then if you think some more, they did a study in Michigan. Kids who washed their hands over 4 times a day had 24% fewer sick days due to colds and flu, and 50% fewer days lost because of stomach illness. We seem to have examples of when we wash our hands, how the statistics go down. I would love to see the whole world washing their hands and watching the next SARS outbreak only being half the cost of what it was. And in the food service industry, where infection control is also an issue, studies indicate that inadequate hand washing and cross-contamination is responsible for as much as 40% of foodborne illnesses. So, on that note, I would like to talk a little bit more about hand washing. Hand washing is the chief means that we have for preventing the spread of infection. Proper hand washing involves using both soap and warm water, taking time to scrub properly, and including the nails in the scrub process. Sometimes we forget about the nails, and remember, our germs, they're only microorganisms, and they can hide in the bed of the nails and underneath nails. According to some researchers, 80% of common infections are spread directly by touching. The single most important thing you can do to prevent the spread of germs is to wash your hands frequently and well. And what do I mean by well? Use both soap and water. Soap is a surfactant. That means that when you lather up, you are enabling water to get into the tiny cracks and crevices on your skin and wash away the germs that are hiding there. Use liquid soap rather than bar soap, since bars can build up bacteria of their own. Antibacterial liquid soap is preferred and is available in most of our assisted livings. If not, I'd be going back to your community and asking that they get it out, especially as we head towards the flu season. And they should be readily accessible in public areas, in your public bathrooms, in your kitchens, in your serveries. And the water temperature should be comfortably warm, because when it's too hot, it damages the skin and creates more cracks and crevices for germs to hide in. So take enough time to moisten, lather, and rub your hands together. Germs love to grow around the nails, so take time to brush both your cuticles and your nails, even if your nails are artificial, being sure to get underneath the white part of the nail as well. Janice is laughing at me here.
Well, I have artificial nails.
Oh, you didn't have to confess.
I confess.
All right. And after that, rinse your hands and forearms under the running water. Make sure you're holding them down so that the water runs down and the germs run with them. Then dry your hands and your arms well using paper towels, because cloth towels can also spread germs. Use paper towels to turn off the faucet, then dispose of the towel in the proper receptacle. I know it's important to wash hands using the restroom, but when else is it important? Some people say more often than we do it. But if you're working in assisted living, you should be washing your hands at the beginning and at the end of your work shift, before and after assisting each resident with grooming, immediately after contact with any body fluids, before handling food, and after handling uncooked food, especially raw meat, fish, and poultry. And after our little discussion on E. coli, I hope that brings home that washing hands is important. Even when we handle cut flowers, especially if they've been sitting in a vase for a few days, or you're wanting to trim the edges or changing the water, there's a lot of germs when they've been sitting in the water. E. coli resides in water too, if you remember what I was saying. And then after handling residents who may have pets, or feeding them or cleaning up after the residents' pets, be sure to wash your hands. Before handling clean linen and after handling dirty linen. after smoking, after you cover your mouth, to sneeze or cough, or when you blow your nose. You'd be surprised how many minor irritations about a diarrhea, a cold that only lasts a day or two, a pimple that appears out of nowhere, can be prevented by conscientious hand washing.